Hey guys. Oh, I know I have a story to tell you guys. Um, so my friend went to Wilco yesterday to buy a lawnmower. I believe this was yesterday. He did, yeah. And luckily, he picked me up and brought me by to check it out. And yeah, so I said, "Huh? Didn't come with any booklets or anything?" And he said, "Oh no, that's the floor model." I go, "Well, how much did you spend on it?" He said, "What, $410 plus the gas can and oil?" And they go, "Oil? It didn't come with oil?" And he goes, "No, it didn't come with oil." And I go, "Well, that's not right. It's supposed to come with oil. I swear." And last time we got a new mower came with oil, so I'm like, that don't seem right. But I was also thinking maybe it's just because it's that's just the way it is now. No, it's not the way it is now. When you buy a new machine, it's supposed to have no oil in it, and when you take it home, it comes with the bottle of Briggs Stratton or whatever oil it comes with, and dump it in, and there you go. You have fresh new oil in your brand new mower. And it did not have fresh new oil in the brand new mower. It had burnt oil in a used mower. Um, he had no idea, and at first it looked new to me too, in a dimly lit garage. Um, and I noticed, firstly, I checked the dipstick, the oil was burnt, way burnt, like the burntest oil, like transmission fluid burnt. You like wow, it just blew me away how burnt it was. If there's any stink that you needed to cover up, burnt up oil will definitely cover up that nasty whatever you need to cover up. It was bad, way so bad, and that in fact stuck with my nose for quite a while. Um, so burnt oil in a dipstick. It had dry used grass in the bag, just a little bit left behind. Enough that was clearly you could see it's been used. And I looked underneath, and there was a like rust spot on the deck, like where it's been scraped or whatever so many times that the paint's been worn off. Clearly not new. And so he's like, "Well, what should I do? Should I keep it or should I take it back?" And I go, if as I think I gotta take it back, man. And he goes, "All right, let's load it up." And not only that, before I was gonna check the oil, or as I checked the oil, he pulls out with this bottle of two-cycle oil. They sold him, this older guy sold him at that works at Wilco, sold him a bottle of two-cycle oil. Not gonna work in a four-cycle mower. Yeah, so if I wasn't there to check this out for him, he could have just been like, open it up and dumped that two-cycle in there, overfilled it, and blew it up. I don't know, probably. Um, yeah, so he wasn't too pissed at first, but then I guess he didn't really sit in it right away. I was like, well, this is fucked up. Like $410 for a, for somebody to sell you a used mower, and now he don't live in town. He lives in town, but not a little what do you call it? A sub town. So it's still a 15-minute drive to the town to Staten to where he got it. And so we load it up, take it in. They call it the manager, and he goes, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" And he goes, "Well, you sold me a used mower." He goes, "Well, how would you know it was a used mower?" He goes, "There's grass in the bag, and there's a rust spot under the deck." And he lifts it up just a little bit, and then I kind of walk around, uh, I kind of walk up behind him, behind the manager, and not take it, but like grab the mower with him and tip it over the rest of the way. Not all the way, but like enough where you can clearly see, so you can get a good look. Because the manager's like, he wasn't really looking that closely, and I wanted to make sure he could look. And he goes, "Oh, whoa, what?" He just got really, what, offended? No, he acted like he was offended. And I say, "Well, sorry, I don't mean to get excited, but I'm just, showing you that you guys sold my friend a used mower." And yeah. And yeah, so it's just way ridiculous. He was condescending, and this guy was just as old as I was. He was a manager, which nothing wrong with that, but he should be able to manage his store. He goes, "Oh yeah, I guess one of our guys has to put it back on the floor." Yeah, and you fucked up, because that's not the customer's job to do that shit. When you buy something new, it's supposed to be new. Yeah, so total bullshit. He said, "So what do you want to do? You want so what do you want to do with it?" And then so Ben says, I want my money back." "Oh, okay." So we went to Lowe's and got the one he was gonna get originally. That was $369, but not that same exact one step up. That has, I think, a little bit bigger engine, still a bigger Stratton. Because at Lowe's, you have to hike all the way in the back to the corner. But anyway, not important. It's just, I couldn't believe this shit. It's totally terrible. You'd expect this in third world countries, like you got to barter, or Russia, you got to barter and like make sure you know what you're informed on what you're buying, when it's just a lawnmower. We're not going to buy a used car, even a used car. I just thought, how many people could they have possibly ripped off? Couldn't have been the only one. Because when I was waiting for him to come out, get back in the van, I was checking out the mowers. They only had a couple, and they had the price tag of $399 for a regular push mower with a bag. Nothing fancy, no big wheel, no electric start, no, just a bag and a side flap discharge. That's it. $399. That's not right. That's total scalpage. It's total scalping. And what was really just as fishy is on the tiller. It had the tag that says "add oil before use," or should check oil before use. That's what the new mower said. Check oil before use. But on the mowers there, it had no tag like that. It was just the mower. And so that was quite a red flag. I should have took a picture of it, but I gotta at least make this video to get the word out. Do not buy a lawnmower from Wilco. They'll rip you off. They'll sell you a used mower. And, if you would have used it and if it was blown up on them, you'd be screwed. Because, oh, sorry, you misused your mower. You can't bring it back. Sorry. It's on you. Total waste of money. If you can, buy your mower secondhand, and but understand, when you have the money, you want to buy something brand new. You want to make sure it's gonna work. You don't have to fuck around with waiting for meeting up with anybody. You buy it. The end. The end. So we went to Lowe's. He bought I think it was the Craftsman version, which is pretty similar, but instead of this has the lever right here to advance the self-propel, but it doesn't have a knob to adjust the speed, which you don't need that. You just don't grab it as tight, and it works great. In fact, this mower, the bag cover grass shield, where you lift open the cover to put the bag on, that has a mulch shield integrated, and that's really cool because when you don't need to blast out the side and make a mess or bag all your grass. If your grass is at the right height, you just mulch and it blends right into the ground, and it might grow faster, but it just grows back so much nicer and fuller, and it adds nutrients to the ground, to your grass, to your yard. So yeah, don't buy a mower from Wilco. Let Lowe's, Home Depot, the dealer, even Walmart, they probably got a better workers selling their machines. I could be wrong, but hey, if you've had a bad experience at a certain store, insert comment below and get the word out, because that's what that's what YouTube's about, right? You get the video out there and you let people know, because that's inexcusable. That's should not have happened. And it just goes to show, if they could do it, they could have gotten away with it. And I'm sure that they've done it many times, because the other two mowers out there did not have a tag on it that says check oil before use, and they were supposed to have that tag on it. Probably has dirty ass oil in those mowers too. Could have been zero weight, could have been used oil from something else, who knows, because it smelled so burnt. It almost smelled like plastic burnt. I mean, if anybody have been out in a bonfire or smelled electrical, and that smell just like reeks and it just stinks, it just lingers in your sinuses. Burnt oil isn't quite as bad, but it's just on the same level of odor. So yeah, buyer beware. When you go out to buy a mower, don't just point your finger at it and buy it, because when you buy a new mower, it's supposed to be in a box, okay? And if you buy the floor model, make sure, check the dipstick and look underneath, look in the bag, look around, and make sure it wasn't used. Don't be stuck don't be stuck paying full price for a floor model. No, not okay, not cool. So thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.